Welcome back everyone to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill and today we'll be taking a look at the collaboration done with Bad Bunny and Adidas. These are the Bad Bunny campus lights. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. Today we're going to be talking about a Bad Bunny and Adidas collaboration. I have had these honestly for a very long time. I've just been a little bit behind on my unboxings, but I'm so ecstatic to be able to do this release just because it was very difficult to get. As most of you know, Bad Bunny, anything seems to just fly off the shelves when they do releases with the Adidas team. So I actually got these on a restock. So lucky to have these in hand to do this unboxing. So we'll start off with the overviews on these, jump into size and fit, followed by how I styled them, as well as conclude with how these are currently doing on the resale market. So let's jump right into it. If you are a Bad Bunny fan, you definitely have to start collecting some of the Bad Bunny Adidas collaborations that they've done, just because I think that his collabs are some of the greatest pieces that have been released with the Adidas team. So this is the campus. For those of you who have watched my channel, I've done the campus silhouette for Tally, which honestly, looking at Tally and looking at these, they look like two completely different silhouettes. And a part of that has to do with a commonality of what Bad Bunny has done with his previous collaborations, which one of them is doubling the tongue. I've also brought out my forearm, which you can kind of see here. It's nice and chunky. I feel like a majority of Bad Bunny's collabs are on the chunkier side. So you do get those double tongues, which you'll see we have here as well, making the silhouette look just a little bit more on the wider side, whereas my Tally looks more narrow. As far as the materials that are used throughout this, you've got this beautiful high quality texture of hairy suede. One of the things that's a little bit harder to see on the images is the two-tone colorway. So you've got a bit of a beige tone for the upper here, and then we've got more of a gray tone on the side paneling as well as the eyelets. One of my favorite parts about the sneaker has to be these rope laces. I love a good thin rope lace. I know a lot of people love thick rope laces. I am more of a fan of the thinner ones, so I love that they've incorporated this. They also give you the option, though, if you're not a fan of rope laces, to have additional laces here in this cream tone, so you can swap them out if you want. We've got Bad Bunny's logo on the front of the tongue here and Adidas's logo on the back. Again, you can actually just detach these. There are buttons behind there on the back of that tongue. All right, so let's take a look at those details, then work our way to the side paneling. side paneling goes, the 3 stripes have a nice tumbled leather look in this kind of matching beige tone that matches the upper here. And then in between that, you'll see we've got more of that hairy suede texture in gray, which works its way to the back of the heel. And then we've got more cream tones on the collar. And the interior is a nice leather interior with Bad Bunny and Adidas's dual logo on the inside there in black. Working our way to the bottom of the midsole, it is completely covered in that nice off-white cream colorway, and that works its way to the outsole. We also have just a nice Bad Bunny box, which matches in the cream tone, and then Bad Bunny as well. I don't think I showed that to you, is on the tip of the laces here. And let's see, it's also on the rope laces as well. But Bad Bunny is spelled out on these, whereas it is just a double B on here. And then we do have a nice duster bag here with Bad Bunny and Adidas's logo. So nice to just have that additional dust bag, especially if you're somebody like me that likes to travel. Always great to have one of those on hand. As far as colorway goes, I just think this is such a great color combination because it's so simplistic. This is a very easy to style colorway and really easy to work into what I currently have in my wardrobe. So let's take a look at all of those details and then jump into size and fit on these. All right, so as far as sizing goes, I would highly recommend sizing half a size down. Also, again, because of that double tongue, it actually makes the silhouette much wider. So when I slid into these, there's so much extra space on each side of my foot. So it is a bit wider, great for people who have wide feet, but not as great for somebody with narrow feet like myself. So I feel like in order to make these look a little bit more like they fit the entirety of my foot, I have to wear thicker socks. So do take all of those things into consideration before deciding on which fit will work great for you. All right, so now let's jump into how I style this easy to style colorway. I love doing super dressy looks with sneakers. So for this look, I was really into this really cool kind of crystallized fit. It's got a neutral look to it, but I felt like it would match perfectly with this nice and simplistic color scheme of the Bad Bunny. Que te la quito, andamos de fiesta, andamos loquitos. No vale la pena lo que dicen en la calle. Te envidia, mi reina, lo sabes. Te quiero aquí, te invito a ser parte de mi VIP. Estoy pa' ti, espero que estés pa' mí. Tanto boteo como paloma, mami, demasiado fácil. This is the perfect sneaker, honestly, for kind of short mini skirts or mini dresses. So this one is this nice, cute, white ribbed mini dress, and it has a really cool open back detail on it. I layered it with this kind of gray colored coat, just because I feel like this gray is pretty reminiscent of the suede textures that you see on this Bad Bunny. But definitely, this is a nice kind of casual dressy feel. Suelta la melena, también el estrés cuando ponen la canción. Tú la ves, este party sigue hasta el amanecer. Otra noche en Orlando, baby, deja ese llanto que andamos gozando y seguimos bailando. Baby, sé que te encanto. Otra noche en Orlando, baby, deja ese llanto que andamos gozando. For this look, I wanted to keep it pretty monochromatic. This is a nice kind of business casual look. I love this blazer and pantsuit because it kind of looks like it's almost a denim material, but it's actually not. But it just goes so good with this creamy color scheme. Desde que te vi de lejos, yo vivo mi vida sin freno. Bebecita, no me alejo de tu body, de tu cuerpo. Desde que te vi de lejos, yo vivo mi vida sin freno. Bebecita, no me alejo de tu cuerpo. Si le pones reggaetón, tú la ves.
sería un sueño, you know. Pero si fuera real, mi amor, imaginando, tu boquita en la mía, baby, sería un sueño, you know. Pero si fuera real, mi amor, te daría un beso, dos besos, tres besos. Solo vive el momento conmigo, mi amor. Te daría un beso, dos besos, tres besos. Solo vive el momento conmigo, mi amor. No le pare, no le pare, no le pare ya. No le pare, no le pare, no le pare ya. Oye mami, no le pare. Vamos a hacer que esta vida sea una vida inolvidable. Digan lo que digan, ya tú sabes que si estamos juntos los dos no hay nadie que nos pare. Tú eres mi favorita, dame un chance en la primera cita. Yo quiero que tú seas mi señorita, baby. No hay nadie más bonita. Imaginando, tu boquita en la mía, baby.
Now let's conclude with how these are currently doing on the resale market. So these retailed at $160. They are currently going a little above that retail price point of $170 to a higher price point of $260, depending on what size you are. All right, everyone, that is it for this unboxing and review. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Marissa Hill. We will catch you on the next episode.
You know, pero si fuera real, mi amor, imaginando, tu boquita en la mía.